Hi, good afternoon everyone. I am Basaraj Brother, software architect with 19-year experience in Microsoft technologies. Today I'll walk you through a session where I can convert raw data to beautiful reports and insights using Power BI. Now SharePoint conference is renamed as Microsoft 365 Collaboration Conference. It will be held next year in March. Note down the date. Thanks to all the sponsors for their generous support to us. Without them, this event would not have been possible. I request everyone to participate in the raffle. There is a chance to win goodies and consider donating to the following charities. The agenda for today's session is let's understand what is Power BI first, then understand the different components of Power BI and its workflow. Then we'll go through a demo. It is complete demo driven session which covers various Power BI features and components, and where we'll convert a raw data to a beautiful report. Let's start with Power BI. What is Power BI? Power BI is the #1 self-service BI product. It is mainly used for creating beautiful visualizations and get the insights out of the data. Okay. For example, you have raw data. You can pull the raw data from various sources. It can be structured, unstructured. After pulling that data from various data sources, you can transform that data. And after transforming the data, you can generate beautiful reports and also get the insights out of it. Moving on. Let's understand what are the different Power BI components and general how the workflow works. Okay. These are Power BI desktop is one of the main component. It is like a exe which you can download from powerbi.microsoft.com. It is completely a free product. You can download and install on your machine. In this Power BI desktop component, basically like you import the data from various data sources. After importing, you transform that data and generate various beautiful reports. Only thing, the problem with Power BI desktop is this: the desktop will, if you have to share these reports to someone else, you have to share this complete file to them, and they have to install the Power BI desktop. To avoid that problem, Microsoft has developed Power BI service, where what you can do is once you generate the reports using Power BI desktop, you can publish those reports to Power BI service. In Power BI service, you can do all the things which you can do on Power BI desktop. For example, you can create new reports, or you can view the reports which are published from Power BI desktop to the Power BI service. And also like you can share those reports, schedule data refresh, and also like send regular scheduled emails. All such things can be done in Power BI service, but same thing like scheduling data refresh or sending emails, such things can't be done in Power BI desktop. So that is the add-on in Power BI service. Power BI service, if you have to publish to Power BI service, you need to have a license, either Pro or Premium. Without license, you will not be getting this. But Power BI desktop is completely free. So how Power BI service refreshes the data? To refresh the data, you need to install a Power BI gateway on your on-premise machine, and the Power BI service will communicate to that Power BI gateway, and Power BI gateway internally communicates to the Power various data sources and fetches the data, and then returns it back to the Power BI service, where you can see your reports with the latest and greatest data. Okay, and you can share these reports to whomever you want. They can see it on mobile. There is a mobile app. They can see on their machines, desktop, PCs. Okay, so this is high level like the various components and general workflow of Power BI. I'll cover all these parts as a part of a demo. Nothing to worry on that. Let's jump on to demo. Today for my demo, I'll be using the coronavirus data published by Johns Hopkins University. When you open the Power BI desktop, this is the first screen you'll be seeing. What you can do is close this. There is an option to get data here also, but there is inside a console also there is an option. So this is the console, Power BI desktop console, which is installed on your machine. So here, to get the data from various sources, we use this option, and Power BI supports 100+ data sources. So let's get the data from Johns Hopkins University, which is published here. So Johns Hopkins University has published the coronavirus data here on GitHub, and here are the daily reports, and here is the time series data. Let's go to daily reports. Go for the today's data. So if you see here, they have state, country, they have like how many confirmed cases are there, how many deaths are there, how many recovered cases are there. Only information missing here in this data is the region information. Otherwise they have like country, state, and also confirmed deaths and recovered. So region is the one of the information missing. I'll get that from another data source. Let's go to raw data, and this is the URL. Copy that. Now in Power BI, this is the place where you can import the data. Get data is the place where you can import the data. I am importing the data from web. So select this option. Enter the URL which you copied. And Johns Hopkins University refreshes the data daily. So this is the screen where it is showing sample records, and you want to do any transformation, all those things, then you have to click this. Otherwise, if you load, it will come here. You can start jump onto creating the reports, but I have to do some transformation. Let me go to do transformation data. So this is the Power Query Editor, so also known as Query Editor. Here we transform the data before creating the reports. Let's rename this data set as COVID-19. Okay, so as I was telling, this data does not have which reason information. Let me get that reason information from here, from this site. Here like country, and it belongs to which region. That information is available here. So I'll be pulling the data from here. In Power Query Editor also you can import the data using new source, web. Okay, it is importing the data. Let's import it. Here you can see like column headers are not the actual column headers. The first row has the column headers. Let's make first row as the column header. Go to transform and use first row as headers. So country became the header. Okay, and whatever you guys do on this Power Query Editor, it records all those steps. If you want to delete any of those steps, you should be able to delete here. Okay, and indirectly it writes a code in language called M language, and you can see that code here. Okay, so it promoted the headers, this like country, all those things it made as a header. Okay, like that. So let's transform the data a little bit. For example, in COVID data published by Johns Hopkins University, the country name is US, but in my country to region mapping data, I have the country name as United States. Let change, replace this value. US, replace it with United States. So whatever you do, it will start recording here, that steps in applied steps. Now I'll change for one more country. We have the same issue. There is a mismatch. Here in COVID data it is Burma, but in region data it is Myanmar. Let me update. So whatever I'm doing here, it is recording those steps. Whichever step you want to delete, you can go ahead and delete. And again, let's go and see in the M language code. See here, it has recorded step. It is replacing US by United States, Burma by Myanmar. So all those things you can see. If you want, you can directly type in the code also. There is no need to use a complete UI. It all depends. If you are expert in M language, you can do that. So let me rename this data set as countries, and here also in this data, like still there are mismatches between COVID country name and the country to region mapping data set country names. Let me instead of using UI, directly I'll change in the code. For example, in region mapping data it is Korea Republic of, but in COVID data it is Korea South Korea. So such replacement I'll be doing. So all data transformation happens here. Okay. So I have done the transformations. You can see now there are 10 replaced value steps are there. Okay. So either you can write the code there or you can use the UI GUI to do these steps. Okay. Next, what I want to do next is like here I have state country information. I want to merge the region information also in the COVID data from this countries list. To do that, we have merge queries option in Power BI. Go to merge queries and select country column in COVID-19 dataset, and in countries column select country column. You can see that it is doing left outer join, and for 12 records there is a no match, means I'm not able to find the region for 12 records. It is like for example, Diamond Cruise ship which was stuck near like Japan is not classified into any country or region, so such things are not getting matched. Okay, so let's expand this. I want only from the countries list only the region here. Rename this column and move this to the beginning of the data set. Move to the beginning. Okay, so I have a region, I have state, country. Let me rename these columns. State, I have country information, and I have like active case, confirmed case, that's all those other information. Okay, so I don't want to load this country's data set there as I already merged, so it will not come in our Power BI GUI. So I'll just load only COVID-19 data. Let's save this report, apply. So whatever this data reports, everything you generate, it will be stored as a part of .pbix file. So there is an issue here. Let me do this, unload the load. Let me save this. Let me remove this merge step. Let me do once again. As I told you, we have the option to uh, remove the steps. Let me first save and then merge. Let me do delete these steps. It is not able to find this column. Let's save now. There is still an issue. Let me delete this dataset. We'll import once again. Let's first perform the action on this one. Rename state as state, country as country. Okay, and transform these column values just to United States. Let me rename Burma to Myanmar. Okay, so let's save this dataset first, then we'll try saving that other dataset. Yes, this dataset is loaded now. We'll store this information in a file saying demo v1. Now let's import the other dataset, countries dataset. Copy. Import it. So let's take this data. So rename this data set as countries and move the first row as a header row. Okay, now apply those steps. I'll replace the various values to match with the COVID data. So we got this data. Let's save it. Okay. Now we can merge the data. Merge the country column in COVID dataset with the countries column so that I can get the region information. So expand this, and I need only region information. So rename this column. Save it. There is some issue after merging. Let me go back here. Country column. I'm mapping to country here and expanding and getting. Let me include all the columns. So it got me country, everything. Somehow it is having issue. Let me use the existing. I have already imported data. That set I have. Let me open that file. So this one will not use this data set. It's loading. Yeah, this is the data set I have, merged data set, and this is the Power BI editor, desktop editor. These are the default visualization controls which Microsoft ships with Power BI, and this is the data set which we have prepared, and this is the report viewer. Here you can generate various reports. Let's start generating reports. Let me put a map control, and then in the map put the countries and the confirmed cases. Okay, so map is rendered now. So this is the map control. Now for example, in this map control, Just this is the fields which you drag and drop for the visualization controls, and this is the place just like in Word and Excel you format the text or like font size or change the fonts, colors, all those things you can do. For example, I don't want to display this header, then what you can do, you can select title equal to all. And you want a map controls, for example, you want zoom buttons, you can add zoom buttons here. So all such things can be done using this particular format region. Okay. Next, so I can see that in India there are like 158k confirmed cases are there. I want to see even like how many deaths are there, how many like recovered cases are there. Let me add those tooltips, deaths and the recovered cases. Let me add them here. You can see now on India like 158k confirmed cases, 4k deaths, recovered around 60k, 67k recovered cases. Okay, so in Power BI, these are the usual controls which Microsoft shipped with Power BI. But if you want some additional controls, you can go to my marketplace and get those controls. For example, I'll get some control from the marketplace. So here I want to add word cloud. Okay, this is imported successfully. Put that, and here in word cloud I want to display country and the confirmed cases. You can see United States with bigger font because the United States has the higher number of cases. Then you can see Russia, Germany, Spain. The size of the font depends on the number of confirmed cases in that particular country. Okay, and again, if you want to do any like you don't want this heading something, then go to here in format tab, remove the title. Let me add some more reports here. Okay, so I want to add by region the confirmed cases. So here like European region has highest number of cases followed by North America, but some regions have very less number of confirmed cases. So to this avoid this queuing up data, I'll change the scale from linear scale to logarithmic scale, which is a non-linear scale. So I'll use logarithmic scale, and this is again a formatting all kind of thing. Okay, I don't want any title for the y-axis. I don't want y-axis labels, and for x-axis I want like font to be black and size to be 12. That you can do here. And again, I don't want any title for this x-axis. You can remove that. But I don't want any report title. Then you can do here. But if you want report title, you can tell like confirmed by region. You want to use some different color, you can use that. And also you can do center alignment. You can increase the font size. It is just like Word, Excel, whatever you do. Okay. And for example, you want to show data labels like cases here, these data labels. To show that you have to do this, and you want to increase their font size, those things you can do here. You can set their display units, all those things. Font size I'll change from 9 to 14. You can see. Okay, and orientation, horizontal, all those things you can do here. Okay, so these are the cases by confirmed coronavirus cases by regions. But as I told, for example, like Diamond cruise ship, Princess cruise ship did not have any region map. So I'll take out such things, exclude. Okay, so these are the remaining regions. Okay, and if you see how like you click here Europe, and you can see like on map, you can see the European countries. Here in word cloud, you can see like Russia is on the top, then United Kingdom is there, then like Spain, France, Germany, okay, Italy. So you can see that it is completely like a complete navigation happens. You click at one place, everywhere it filters. For example, North America. You can see on the map control United States and Canada, only two countries in that region. Okay, so this is one part. Now I'll show some more features of this. For example, when I hover over this, it is showing me only like confirmed cases in North America, but I want to drill down and see what are the countries and what are the numbers in those countries. To do that, it is very simple. What you can do here in x-axis, presently I have only region. You add country also. You can add even state also. What you can do is you enable the drill down feature. Then what you can do, click on this North America. You can see in North America, United States and Canada, and you click on United States. It will tell in United States by state wise the numbers. New York, how many cases? So New York has the highest, followed by New Jersey. So similarly, like in Canada, you can see. Okay. So you can use this drill down feature. To do that, you have to do in x-axis. You have to put all the drill down levels which you want to do in the same order. Okay. Now, on hovering over here, I want to show like not only North America. I want to list out the all the countries in that region with confirmed cases. To do that, let me try doing by putting in tooltip the country. Then in tooltip it is showing only one country. So if you see here, it is telling only first country. It does not have an option to show all the countries. For that, we can create one dynamic column called a major. Yeah, you can say like a computed column kind of thing. So I'll name that column as country list. And what I'll do is I'll concatenate all the country names. So COVID-19 is the table, and within that COVID-19 country is the column, and I want to concatenate with a separator, comma. So whatever I'm writing here, it is called DAX language or DAX expression, data analysis expression. Okay. So now let's go and see here. Let me add first the tooltip column, country list, whatever I have created now. I added it. Now see in North America, it is displaying in United States so many, because we have for each state of United States we have one record. So it is just concatenating. It is not taking the distinct values. To get the distinct values, you can change the DAX expression like this. Values. There is a lot of help documentation on MSDN for DAX. It's very good documentation. You can go through and learn. For example, I'll select country. Now it will give me the distinct values. So here now if you go and see North America, I can see United States and Canada. In Asia Pacific, the countries with the confirmed cases, these are the countries. But I don't want to display all the countries. I want to display only top 3 countries. How to do that? Again, change the DAX expression. Top n. I want only top 3. Okay. Here 2 are there in Asia Pacific. It is displaying only top 3 countries. But I don't want to display like this. I should know if there are more than 3, it should show me and more kind of thing. So to do that, what I'll do is where I'll declare a variable count of countries equal to distinct count of countries. As it is a major column, it takes the current filter into the context. Where then what I'll do, this is top 3 countries. Then while returning, what I'll do, equal to return. While returning, what I'll do is I'll check how many countries are there, count of countries. Is it is greater than 3? Yes. If it is greater than 3, then what you do is top 3 countries, concatenate it with and more. And if it is less than or equal to 3 countries, just return those top 3 countries. So that's all. Now you can see like in Asia Pacific, you can see China, Australia, Afghanistan, and more. In North America, that and more will not come because it is less than or equal to 3 countries in North America region. But I want, in Asia, India has the highest number of cases, followed by China and Pakistan. I want the names to come in that sorted order list. To do that, I have to group by the country and then sort descending by the confirmed cases in that country. I already have prepared the DAX. It is just like here what I'm doing, I'm summarizing, means grouping by country, and for each country I'm getting the sum of confirmed cases, naming it as total, and then making a descending list of countries by confirmed cases. So let me put this expression there, or this one I can put here. Okay, so that's done now. Now go to Asia Pacific. So India came first, followed by China, Pakistan. Okay, so this way you can do like a, tooltip kind of thing. Let me show another feature in Power BI. Prior to that, rename this first report page as main page, and then create one more report page. Here what I'll do is I'll not do much formatting here. Already I shown here you have to go and do all the formatting. Just like you can put country and confirmed cases, and here again that scale issue, data is getting skewed. So let me use non-linear logarithmic scale, non-linear scaling of this. Okay, and what I'll do is here I'll make this report filterable by region, drill through by region. Rename this report page as confirmed cases by country. Okay, so then what you can do is like go to, I'll hide this report when you publish in Power BI service. I don't want it should be visible. I'm hiding this page. Then go to the main page. Okay, so which we created. Now select North America, right click it and drill through confirmed cases by country. You click this, it will navigate to this report with filtered with countries of North America region. So I'll show you one more navigation feature in Power BI. Let's make this as page as tooltip page, page size as tooltip, and then let me I have done this page as a tooltip page. Let me add one report here. Like again, I'll go country, confirmed cases. Again, the scaling issue. So this time it is x-axis. Make scale as logarithmic, and I don't want title for x-axis. I don't want this one. Okay, for y-axis let it be there, and I want data labels to be there. I can do that. And also in report, if you want to show only top 3 countries like that, then there is a filter option here. Here what you can do, countries, here in filter type, you just write top, how many countries you want, 3, and top 3 countries by what? Top 3 countries by confirmed cases. So you put that field here and apply. It will always show top 3 countries. And again, what I want to do, this tooltip control also, I want to make means like filterable by region. If to do that, what I have to do, again like here, drag and drop the region, this one I'll rename this page as tooltip, and again I'll hide this page also, so that I don't want it to be available when I publish to the Power BI service, to the cloud. Now just hover over like North America, so you can see this tooltip report page coming over there. You hover over Asia Pacific, you can see that tooltip page coming over here. Okay, so many navigation options are there in Power BI. Let me show one more navigation option in Power BI. For example, like go to the view, bookmarks option. See this default state, I'll take it as a home screen. And then I'll take this as 0. When I click Europe, European countries displayed, and on map also European countries are displayed. And here I'll create next bookmark by selecting Asia Pacific. Asia. Now what you can do here is, now you can see the navigation. See here, what I can do here is like click on the home, no filtering. Click on the Europe, it shows the data filtered by European region. Click on the Asia, you can see the data filtered by Asian region. So apart from this, if you don't want bookmarks, you want some menu option kind of thing in the report only, then there is an option you can insert buttons, menu buttons kind of thing, blank. For example, I added one button. I'll for this button, I'll fill some color. When I click on press, I'll fill some color, blue kind of thing. Means just when I click on that, I want some color. I'll I'm copying this. So I created multiple menu options. Select one and give for the button the text. Like for example, I'll give that button name as home. Next again, this one I'll give name as Europe. And for this one, I'll give name as Asia.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Excuse me.
Okay, no problem. So go to the home. What I want to do, when you click on the home button, what you want to do the action. On click of home button, in the action, what you do, you take user to this bookmark. Which bookmark? Home bookmark. And on click of Europe button, you want to take user to the bookmark of Europe. Okay, and on click of Asia, you want to take user to the Asia bookmark. Now I don't need this bookmark, this one. Now I can use this. See, I'll click on Europe, it shows European data. I click on Asia, it shows Asian data. Go back to home, correct? And there is a NLP feature in Power BI where you can add a Q&A button, and you can ask questions in natural language. For example, like click on this. So you can ask various questions over here. So it is showing 356k deaths are there due to coronavirus, and we want to show confirmed cases in North America. So confirmed case in North America. It shows 2 million confirmed cases are there. You can use natural language like this, and by country it shows map like this. So there is a way to train this Q&A button also, but you can use this button to get the insights out of data just by using the natural language. So once your reports are ready, everything is ready, just save it. And as I told, if you want to share to others, then what you have to do is you have to give this PBIX file to them, and they need to have the Power BI desktop. But but the best way of sharing is by publishing this to Power BI service. How to publish this? I want to publish this to Power BI service, means Power BI Cloud. There is a publish button here, and if you use this, it will be published into. I have already logged into my account here, so it is already. It did not ask me any sign in. So I'll publish here. This report name is test. I can go to the cloud and I can see the published report over there. It is publishing. It has successfully published to the Power BI cloud. Here in cloud, let me refresh this. So I have published in this workspace. The report name was test. You can see the reports here. So it is rendering the reports. It is rendering, taking time. Yeah. So you can see the here the reports. You can again use same. Here you can do whatever you can do on Power BI desktop. All things you can do here. Okay. So here once it is published in Power BI service, you have many options. Like you can you can share this report, or you can for example, you can share this report to others, and you can subscribe emails. Like for example, you can add email subscriptions. You can put what is the subject, to whom all you want to send the email, and also you can put the schedule when you want to send daily, what time, all those things that it can be done. Apart from this, I told like we can refresh this data also. So we can schedule the refresh. Here is the option to schedule refresh. Here you can select the various options like daily, all those things. Those options will come that you can choose and schedule the refresh of the reports. And I have created few more reports. I'll show you We can do a lot of things with Power BI. See, for example, this report shows confirmed cases by days since the 500th confirmed case. For example, I have selected these 4 countries. Here they have reached the 500 confirmed cases. After 500 confirmed cases, in the next 60 days after the 500 confirmed case, this is the number. For example, after the 60 days from the 500 confirmed case, India had 124k confirmed cases, Italy had 197, Russia had 335k, US had 1.2 million. So here you can include various countries and see. Okay. There is another report, daily confirmed cases by country. For example, this is a daily new confirmed cases in that country. If you see Indian graph, it is like still going up. There is no trend of going down. Let's see graph of Australia. You can see Australia daily cases has flattened out. Let's see how about US. US cases are flattening out. It is means like it is showing a downtrend now. Okay. So, and I have created some animation report here. Like for example, daily confirmed cases, I'm sorting by that and the country. So initially this is a timer, like this is a y-axis control. See here, initially China was the one country which was reporting the confirmed cases. Till mid-February, China was the country with highest number of confirmed cases. Keep on seeing. So now South Korea has started reporting higher cases, confirmed cases. This is March starting time. Then Italy, Iran. So you can see like then Spain. Then US started reporting highest number of confirmed cases. So all these things we can do in Power BI. Okay, all these options are there. See, there is an option to embed the code in website or portal. You can put this code in your portal. For example, this is my blog site. There I can paste this code. After placing, I'll not be publishing my site page, but I'm showing you in preview mode. So you can see that a report can be published.
Excuse
like
me, Niraj.
Yeah.
We need to conclude this session in order to prepare for the next speaker.
I'm done.
Can you please wrap it up? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm done. Give me a minute. Yeah.
Sure.
So like this, you can publish a report on your own website, all those things. So Power BI has a lot of capabilities. Okay. So I'm done with the demo, and you guys can reach out to me. These are my like social accounts. You can reach out to me on any of these, and I request you to give a speaker feedback and event feedback. Yeah, that's all from my side.